Answer me this question. If you look back on the past year, on the past decade for that matter, what have you accomplished? Have you done everything you set out to do? Is your life better today than it was a year ago, 10 years ago? Are you looking to start the new year, the entire decade, with a bang and set yourself up for success?
Staying motivated takes work. If you don't work on your motivation, you become unmotivated. Join Umar Jang as he shares inspirational stories and tips to get you motivated to do whatever you need to do. This is the Motivational Voice Podcast.
Did you reach your goals this year? Did you keep your promise? Because that's what goals are. Your goals are a promise you make to yourself to do something in the near future that will help you improve your life for the better. If you did, that's great. If you didn't, that's okay. There's a way you can start this coming year right and reach those goals. Hi everyone, welcome to the Motivational Voice Podcast. This is session number 25. Today we are talking about how to start the new year right. Another year has ended, and in the process, an entire decade for that matter has come to a close. Answer me this question. If you look back on the past year, on the past decade for that matter, what have you accomplished? Have you done everything you set out to do? Is your life better today than it was a year ago, 10 years ago? Are you looking to start the new year, the entire decade, with a bang and set yourself up for success? Today I want to give you some tips on what you need to do to start 2020 right. By the way, I did a full episode called How to Set Goals and Achieve Them. That episode goes into a lot more detail about goal setting, so make sure you go back to episode 5 of the podcast and listen to it. If you decided to take back control of your goals, take back control of your life this coming year, this is a very good time to do it. You have an opportunity to start the year 2020 or even the decade with a strong footing. But you are probably wondering how to best do that. So let's get started. Before recording this episode, I went through a short exercise that I do every single year to help me prioritize the things that matter, the things that are important to me and my family, the things that are important to my personal success and my personal goals, so that I know what to focus on in the coming year. I will share my results with you as an example so you can use the same exercise that I did and understand how you can use it to your advantage. Okay, let's get right to it. So what do you need to do to start 2020 right? And this may apply to any other year for that matter, whether it's 2021 or any following year. Once you learn how to do this, you can use it every single time. Here's what you need to do to start the new year right. First of all, you need to think hard about what you really want to see happen in your life in the coming year. It could be anything. Anything. There's no limit or no restrictions as to what that goal or that hope or that aspiration needs to be. I want you to think about what you want and write it down. Now, if you are in the gym or if you are driving, don't touch your phone. I want you to be safe. Besides, it is illegal to touch your phone while you are driving, at least here in Minnesota. Anyway, if you can't write it down, just think about what you want to accomplish and maybe later go back and listen to this episode when you can actually write those goals down. But for now, I just want you to think about what you want to happen in your life and focus on that. I am going to walk you through a series of 5 questions. 5 questions that will help you determine what those aspirations are and how to prioritize them. The first question is, what do you want to happen in your life? This could be your personal life or your professional life. If things have been going the same way and you are at a point in your life where you want to make things happen, think about what those are. Is it a new job? Is it a promotion? Is it starting a new business? Is it taking a different direction in your life? Is it starting a new relationship, ending a relationship? What is that thing that you want to happen in your life? Question number 2 is, what do you want to tweak? And by that I mean, what do you want to change? Often in our lives, we make goals to make something happen or to make improvements. But it's rare that people actually focus on the things that they can change, because we all could use a change or a tweak here and there in our lives. There may be something in your life that is kind of working, but it is not quite there yet. What can you do differently to make it work? What small change can you implement in your life to move the needle from it's kind of working to it's working the way I want it to work? Does that make sense? So what can you change in your life today with a minimal amount of effort that will make a big difference? Question number 3 is, what do you need to do more of? Believe it or not, sometimes we actually get things right. And when that happens, we actually struck the formula that actually is working well in our lives. We are happier, we are more productive, we are where we want to be in life. When you hit that formula, you need to think of ways you could duplicate that. Think about something that you did or something that you have mastered in your life that you find a lot of joy in, that you find satisfaction and success in. What activity, action, or behavior have you done in the past or you're doing now and you find a lot of satisfaction and a lot of success in? You need to do more of that. Question number 4 is, what do you want to be better at? Do you want to be better at relationships? Do you want to have a better health? Do you want to be a better friend? Do you want to be a better daughter, son, father, uncle, son-in-law, aunt, mother? Whatever that may be, what do you need to be better at? And we all know our weaknesses and our shortcomings. And we know when we're not doing things the way we should. And we realize that we can grow as a person. But to do that, we need to be better at doing something. Do you need to be better at forging relationships? Do you need to be better at learning new skills? What is it? What do you need to be better at in the coming year? Question number 5. What do you need to stop doing? Now, a lot of people don't think about this, but we take on so much in our lives, and then those things that we take on become second nature. And because we do them every time and every day, doesn't mean that we should continue to do them. What are some habits or activities that are robbing you of your precious time? What behavior is draining you of joy, making you unhappy or sadder? Now, I don't want to tell you what those behaviors are because you know what those are. But these are activities that are not adding things to your life. If anything, they are actually withdrawing something from you. So a good analogy for those things are trying to drive a car with a flat tire. No matter how powerful the car is, if you have a flat tire, it's going to slow you down. It's going to prevent you from reaching the maximum speeds that you need to reach in your life. So that's the analogy. If it means that you need to stop some friendships, so be it. If it means that you need to maybe stop smoking, again, that's a habit. If it means that you need to stop procrastinating, whatever that is that you need to stop doing, you probably know it best because you know yourself best and you know your habits and your actions and your tendencies. So you can decide what those are and then stop doing those in the coming year. When I did this exercise, I came up with a list of goals that I prioritized into 2 categories. As promised earlier, I am going to share some of those goals with you. Now, in my case, I broke them down into 2 categories. I have personal development goals and I have business goals. I am just going to go through a few of my personal development goals. So here they are. The first one that I came up with was to help more people either through the podcast and through coaching. So those 2 together, to help more people. Number 2 for me was to publish 2 books. So in 2020, I will be publishing a memoir and publish a young adult fiction, the second in the series. The third goal that I had was to be more present and available to my family. Now, what I mean by that is I have family that live across the globe, in Europe, in Africa, and of course here in the United States. And I don't always find time to call them because we are so far apart, on a more regular basis. So for me, part of my goal in 2020 is to focus on finding a way to connect with them more often, even if it's just a 5-minute call here or there, or maybe a text message, or just connecting with them. And of course, spending more time with my immediate family and maybe going on a vacation or two that are actually true vacations, not just a staycation or a weekend getaway. So those are some of the goals that I came up with. And in 2020, I'll be focusing on those goals and making sure that I achieve them. Now, what did you come up with? I would love to hear your goals for 2020. Now, this is just an example of the number of things that you can do when you go through this exercise. I would recommend that you keep it simple and just pick 2 or 3 things to focus on in the coming year. You may come up with a list of 10, 20 goals, maybe even longer. Don't focus on all of them. You won't be able to do any of them. You need to pick 2 or 3, like I did, and focus on those goals and focus on what those goals are so you can get them done in a decent amount of time in the coming year. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of what I talked about. So the first question is, what do you want to happen in your personal life or your professional life? Number 2 is, what do you want to tweak? What do you want to change in your life? Number 3 is, what do you want to do more of? Number 4 is, what do you want to be better at? Number 5 is, what do you want to stop doing? Now, you owe it to yourself to go after your goals and aspirations. But if you feel like you could use a little guidance along the way, because you may be conflicted about what to do next after you come up with a list of your goals, or just getting a general direction in your life, and it's very well possible that you have most of it figured out, but you just need a little nudge. Either way, I would love to have a conversation with you. I invite you to get in touch with me by booking a one-on-one call so we can sit together and talk about it and figure it out, and figure out how we can get you where you want to be in life. So go ahead and connect with me, book a call, go to my website, omarjeng.com, and book a time that is convenient for you for us to connect. Let's make 2020 the best year of your life. Let's get you where you want to be in life, regardless of what your goals are, whether it's professional or personal. Let's connect and make it happen for you for 2020. All right, that's all I had for this episode. So wherever you are, I wish you a very happy new year. May this coming year be the year that you take control of your life and make great things happen for you and those you care about. Until next time, please stay safe and motivated. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Motivational Voice Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe and rate it on iTunes. Get show notes and the latest blog posts at omarjeng.com.